Schrödinger, not sorcery, where faith-based affirmations align with quantum probability and where they don't. Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into a fascinating intersection where scientific principles meet popular spirituality. It's a topic that stirs both curiosity and skepticism. How faith-based affirmations and manifestation practices relate to the intriguing world of quantum mechanics. Specifically, we'll explore the mythologies surrounding quantum physics and manifestation. What's scientifically valid and what's purely metaphorical. So let's start by clarifying a common misconception. Many proponents of quantum mysticism invoke concepts from physics, like superposition or the observer effect, to justify the power of positive thinking and affirmations. But growth in understanding physics reveals a nuanced reality, one that neither dismisses nor wholly endorses these practices without scientific basis. What is quantum mechanics, really? To understand the truth, we first need to grasp what quantum mechanics, or QM, really is. QM is a branch of physics that describes the behavior of particles at microscopic scales: atoms, electrons, photons, quarks. It's a mathematical framework with highly successful predictive power. Key features include wave-particle duality. Particles exhibit both wave-like and particle-like behavior. Superposition. Particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until measured. Entanglement. Particles become correlated such that the state of one instantaneously influences the state of another, regardless of distance. Uncertainty principle. Certain pairs of properties, like position and velocity, cannot both be precisely known simultaneously. These phenomena have been experimentally verified countless times. But, crucially, this doesn't mean that human consciousness or thoughts directly influence physical reality, a common stretch claimed in quantum healing or manifestation narratives. The roots of quantum mysticism. Many modern belief systems have co-opted QM language to lend legitimacy to manifestation theories. Think about phrases like "your thoughts influence quantum particles" or "consciousness collapses the wave function." Historically, this trend began when authors like Fritjof Capra and Deepak Chopra popularized ideas suggesting that observation by human consciousness causes quantum systems to choose a state. Our thoughts and intentions have a direct causal influence on reality. However, these interpretations are not supported by physicists and often involve misrepresenting or simplifying complex quantum ideas. Schrödinger's cat, the thought experiment. Let's clarify this with one of the most famous quantum thought experiments, Schrödinger's cat. Schrödinger designed this to illustrate the bizarre nature of superposition. Scenario: a cat is placed in a sealed box with a mechanism that has a 50-50 chance of killing the cat, depending on the radioactive decay of an atom. Until you open the box and look, the cat is simultaneously alive and dead, a superposition of states. What does Schrödinger's cat actually teach us? Superposition describes the probabilistic nature of quantum states at microscopic levels. Measurement, or observation, collapses that wave function into a definite state. Important clarification: this thought experiment doesn't imply that human consciousness actively causes the collapse. Instead, it highlights the intrinsic indeterminacy at the quantum level and how measurement processes are involved in transitioning from multiple possibilities to a single outcome. Quantum superposition and human intent. Now, here's where misconceptions often creep in. The idea that our thoughts or intentions can influence quantum states, as in manifestation practices. Scientific consensus is clear. In quantum physics, the observer effect refers to how measurement affects quantum systems, not how human consciousness on a daily basis can influence matter. To put it simply, summary: while quantum mechanics involves phenomena that are strange and counterintuitive, it does not support the idea that human thoughts can directly manipulate physical reality in the way many manifestation teachings suggest. The effective use of quantum terminology in spirituality. Despite this, many spiritual practices use quantum language as a metaphor, which can be powerful if understood correctly. For example, quantum as a metaphor for potentiality. Just as particles exist in multiple states, we have multiple possible futures or realities. Energy and vibration. Phrases like raising your vibration are more about shifting your mental and emotional energy rather than physically changing the quantum field. This metaphorical framing can motivate positive change, mindfulness, and emotional resilience, which are scientifically linked to better mental health and well-being. Where faith-based affirmations and quantum concepts converge. In the realm of psychology and neuroscience, positive affirmations can indeed influence your brain in beneficial ways. They enhance self-efficacy. They reduce stress. They can rewire neural pathways through neuroplasticity. The science of belief and expectation. The placebo effect shows how belief can lead to real physical changes. Mindset shifts can influence behaviors, improving outcomes over time. Regular affirmation practice can cultivate optimism, resilience, and motivation. Example: if you affirm, "I am capable of achieving my goals," studies suggest you're more likely to take proactive steps aligned with that belief. When do faith-based practices diverge from science? While positive affirmations are beneficial, claims that they directly influence the fabric of reality, such as moving objects, manifesting wealth purely through thought, or changing physical laws, are not supported by scientific evidence. Key points of divergence include: quantum physics does not endorse magical thinking, misuse of terminology to suggest causality where none exists, the lack of empirical data supporting the belief that thoughts alone can alter the external physical universe. Expert insights. What do physicists say? Leading physicists, including Niels Bohr, Richard Feynman, and Sean Carroll, emphasize quantum mechanics explains the behavior of particles at microscopic scales. It does not suggest our thoughts or intentions influence physical reality directly. The notion of consciousness causing collapse is a philosophical interpretation, not a scientific fact. For example, the idea that human consciousness collapses the wave function has no credible experimental support. Sean Carroll. The power of science-informed mindset. So what's the takeaway? Use affirmations as a psychological tool to foster positive thinking and behavioral change. Recognize that metaphors from quantum physics can enhance motivation, but they do not imply the literal influence of thoughts on matter. Appreciate the complexity and accuracy of quantum mechanics, avoiding misinterpretations that veer into mysticism. Concluding thoughts. Schrödinger, not sorcery. In conclusion, while quantum mechanics is a fascinating, well-verified field of physics, it does not support the idea that human thoughts or affirmations can physically manifest reality in a literal sense. But the metaphorical use of quantum language can powerfully support personal growth, mindfulness, and positive psychology, as long as we distinguish the scientific facts from the metaphors. Remember, quantum physics reveals the universe's weirdness, not mystical influence. Faith and science can coexist. Faith in your potential, guided by scientific understanding, leads to meaningful change. Thank you for exploring this deep topic today. Keep questioning, keep learning, and harness the true power of your mind, grounded in science, fueled by purpose. Stay curious, stay skeptical, stay inspired.